could subsidize their armies, but I don't need to. So yes, you also get Plotsk. It does, after all, complete the area. And I'll be keeping this so that I can border Novgorod. And I think that's where Ryazan will end here. This, if it's Ryazanian, they can have it, but that's as far as their border is going to go. Then they can have, I suppose, the Muscovite part of this land. And I'll give them Nizhny Novgorod when the time arises. So that's all well and good. The land all gets cored by me. I forgot to boost my stability when times were cheap, but what you gonna do? Well, you're not going to have prosperity, that's what you're gonna do. So our armies are fresh and ready to fight wherever they can go. And Lithuania is no longer a valid rival for me. Gujarat, Austria, Chagatai. I do actually intend on fighting Chagatai, and I would actually be happy if he made a rival that made an ally that let me attack him without getting you-know-who on my case. So, Chagatai, I choose you. Yeah, that border gore is something I should be fairly ashamed of. Also, I don't think the Kazan fort is going to be doing me any big favors from now on. It's just sitting there, taking up space. Then again, it's kind of good for fighting Muscovy on one last defensive where I invite him there. That's a long truce. I wonder if they're going to get another friendship with the Danes. Okay, tributary time. Welcome to the family. And what will I be demanding from you? You're a bit big to be giving me just manpower. Money is good, but monarch points I think I would prefer. And I need admin. I need admin pretty badly. Can anybody else give me admin though? Not to the point where I think I want it more than manpower, because I'm going to need quite a bit of that when I head further east. So this is good. I completely blocked off Muscovy from taking more land. I still have Ingerman land, and I'm not even sure why. Shouldn't I be getting rid of that over to Belo-Ozero, since I don't... Well, I don't plan on fighting Livonian Order now. It's just, again, taking up space. Well, as long as it's not revolting, it's not doing any harm, I suppose. So here's a question. Could my subjects just fight Novgorod on their own? Tell me, Novgorod, what are you made of? By this point, I am inclined to say that my subjects could fight Novgorod on their own. And I wouldn't have to dedicate many troops in any case. Persia's still sitting there, desperate to be attacked. But then again, so is Kashmir. Kashmir's at war with the Ottomans. We'll see what happens when I have some free units. But this land, I do not want to have to deal with rebels whatsoever in it, so... shame about all the nasty modifiers here, but I'll just chunk all the autonomy over there. This one, however, is... yeah, it's okay, I'm not stating this land. In my Golden Horde run, when declaring war on countries which are allied to my tributaries, it said the tributaries would not honour the alliance, even though they sometimes do, as is fixed in the next patch. I cannot remember if that's fixed or not. And I'm not in a position to check right now. I know that's an incredibly underwhelming answer, but it's all I got. Okay, now I could fight Poland, but yeah, I'd rather not. Ottomans still don't look in a position to want to fight me. I want to fight... well, really, I want to fight everybody that I border and don't have a truce with. That Uzbek truce is going to go on until 15, so I got 10 years there, but Kashmir still need to die. QQ will join in. The question is, do I care much about QQ joining in? QQ are a right pain. Because they also have you as a subject. And I really want to blow Kashmir out of the water. They took a lot of land that I deserve. Yeah, I deserve that land. Fighting you draws in Kashmir. Is there anybody else I particularly need to fight, though? Just let that strip of land revolt. Wouldn't all the rebels go into Lithuania's lands? This is quite true. This is quite very true. And if I subjects can handle you, then where am I going with this thought? Oh, well, now I know where I'm going. It's time to take Azov at long last. Now, you have a bunch of friends, Alsace, Frisia, Ferrara, but Austria will not help you. The question is, do I want to show superiority or do I want to conquer Azov? Conquering Azov gives me the ticking war score, but I don't know if he's going to march over here and let me kick his ass or not. It'd be nice if he did. That's a tricky choice, actually. Would Genoa be in a position to come and fight me? Because if it is show superiority, then my times get a lot easier, but knowing that it might take a while, I should probably just fight for Azov. I'm also going to reduce that war exhaustion because now I regret not, whatever, it's not worth just a few points to undo and redo those. We will do this conquest for Azov. It should give us 25 war score for holding this. If he comes and fights me, then I missed out, but what you gonna do? I should be able to take this land anyway. Ooh, it's surprisingly expensive. What are the Ottomans fighting Kashmir for? Because the Ottomans declared war on the Mamluks, and the Mamluks were allied to Kashmir, so they just go and do what they want to do. Really though, would he bring over some units? I have this feeling that he would. I mean, he has unconditional access all the way through here. He's already fighting Poland. I genuinely think tribal superiority is the way to go here. It's also lower aggressive expansion. So yeah, we'll just do it. But I'm having that land. Now where are my cannons? Ferrara, that's good. A lot of people joined in, but people I cared about not joining definitely did not. Genoa might land by sea. Oh, I only wish they would land by sea. Oh hey, Ryazan gets straight onto the case. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Much as I appreciate free money as well. I'm going to want you guys nearby because these guys have a lot of units between them. I just think they'll come piecemeal if they come at all. And that was good timing because now Austria won't be fussed about it. Poland will cede 2 provinces to Hungary, and Bohemia will cede a province. Austria and Bohemia will form a union. This is kind of good news for me because that means Poland is weaker. Also, Poland have no friends and are right on my border and have land that's just begging to be burned. But as ever, the problem is Coalition City. Genghis Khan reached Croatia. Your empire still pales in comparison. I have no intention of going further west here. I want to go east. It's nice that all this land is glorious steppe. What's also nice is upping this. Especially since it pays down that corruption further as well. There's nothing else I need dip for, and studying tech will be nice, so I'll take it. Chagatai is coalitioning me. Why? Who else wants to coalition me? The answer would be Persia. Persia is already looking at me that way. But who else? There must be somebody else that I don't have a truce with who'd want to join, otherwise we wouldn't be doing this. It's not Multan, it could be Kashmir. Uzbek I'm going to fight anyway. Novgorod I need to fight when the times are over. But it's probably Persia, and I do not want to have to worry about Persia hitting me up like that. I mean, it's kind of good if they... Oh, of course, if Persia are in the coalition as well, then I can just smack Chagatai that way. Does mean I have to fight 3 nations, but who else would reasonably coalition me? Muscovy and Novgorod I'm both going to fight as soon as the truce is up, same with Uzbek. So I need to keep a hawk eye on these. So yeah, Persia plus Chagatai, no big deal. Losing that awesome general that has shouldered me for a long time. Also not a big deal, but I'd still rather it didn't happen. Right, that was completely expected. Kashmir is likely to follow, which is not really a problem, but yeah, they're unlikely to join a coalition in the current situation. Why don't I keep them out of it? Just gotta get those relations high enough that they're not outraged. And that seems fair. Yeah, do it for a gander. I don't think nations join coalitions whilst they're at war, if my memory is not playing tricks on me. Just war reparations, too bad. Improve relations is pretty awesome, because that's what I'm needing right now. And there we go. Kashmir is too threatened to join any coalition here. Is this campaign similar to how World Conquest would look? For me, yeah. Not too stressful. At least it wasn't after we broke the back of Muscovy. Lack of recruits. I mean, I do love getting more. Piety is a bit high. I'd usually prefer it to be lower, but I love free manpower. Well, normally I like really high piety, but I'll take it. So once I have these forts, I'm probably going to take a step back. Dip or 100 ducats. I mean, I don't care about my dip that much. I hope I don't have to regret this by not having Genoa make his way over. But he has military access through Poland and essentially the HRE. Including Bohemia, so he should be able to get here. Maybe he's scared. But once I have these forts, I can pull back and hopefully he lands on me. Oh, and then I'm going to get the next Miltech and hammer him into dust. That'll be good. That's not so good. Muscovy, I suppose it's not so bad if he takes this province, but, you know, Novgorod is mine to be eating. Should have warned Muscovy. That would have stopped him, but I can't do that now. Aha! Here we go. Some good friends have arrived. However, they're attacking me in exactly the place I didn't want them to attack me, which is clever of them. I do appreciate people that are clever clogs, but this will allow me to get some much-needed war score. What's the goal of this campaign? Well, now I want to try to form one. These guys, what is their tech at? Tech 9 for Genoa, Tech 9 for Alsace. Who else is there? Just those two. Well, looks like I'm going to need that tech. Get it now before it just gets more expensive. Wouldn't mind having these guys done with their siege so I could pull them out. I don't want to leave so few on it because then... ah, there we go. Excellent. Decent war score just from holding that fort, I must say. Okay, so we just all march our way up here and terrify the guy. But I'd love a new, better general, so... Raising host is not something I want to do. The tribes have been troubling me with their high influence in general. What I would like to do is get myself a new general with all this. That's not a whole lot of army tradition, but it's still some. Oh, they know I'm coming. Don't they know it? Just kind of an unfair level of them knowing what I'm doing. Maybe we should just chill out here for a bit. See what they do about it. This event again. I think it's what pushed my stability down before. Being tribal is a bit painful. It's a bit very painful sometimes. I know it's expensive, but I don't want to have negative stability. Because it's going to ruin all that sweet prosperity I have. I mean, some of them are getting there. Just need to have... well, there's a lot of things I need to have for it. So, Persia, eh? Fighting you, we'll call upon Chagatai. And I think that's a war that I can win. Can people remember if coalition members are counted as co-belligerents or not? Because I sure can't remember. Battles is actually going to hurt my war score here, which is a crying shame. If he can't come over and fight me. New unit types, Jake. I'm glad somebody remembered that. Steppe Raiders are not there. They're over here. For once, TechNet is awesome because the Steppe Riders are so much better than what you have at the very start of the game. Of course, what you have at the start of the game are amazing. But they get outdated. Okay, this is kind of what I expected. He's on his way down to hurt my subjects. I need to go down there and hurt his face. Let's get that amazing general. 2 siege is pretty amazing. Those numbers are also kind of amazing in their own right. 6th, 6th, 12th. So I can actually run in and ram raid you whilst those guys are out of the picture. Which is good news for me. And since there are forts everywhere here, I guess I can have you guys come down the way. Oh, that's not so amazing. He really did bring it all. And my morale is pretty low because I just changed my unit type. Well, Godspeed. Hurt them. Actually, no, it's hurting me. It's hurting me quite a lot. Holy cribbins. I mean, I lost, but I won. This is expensive to take. And this province isn't really needed at all, but in for a penny, in for a pound, I think is what's the story here. Not to the point if Poland want to join. 52, 56, nah. That was a long-ass channel survey, Jake. I'm glad you liked it. That may well be not what you're saying, but I'm still glad you liked it. Oh, jeez, come on, game. I need some stab here. Going to Hallex, huh? Don't you know what's good for you? Well, I mean, I don't want to be running into woods, I'll give him that. Nah, I should have kept my armies closer together. That was completely on me. And the tribes gaining influence isn't good. How huge is your aggressive expansion with Poland, Jake? You could use your free diplomats to improve relations. Oh, he really does not like me at all. Of course, yeah, I could improve relations there. There's room for improvement. I still have one person constantly doing my subjects, which is nice. Speaking of which, is anybody free for a bit of squeezing? Because I think Oman is. Could pay off his debt, or I could demand that he gets further into debt. You know which one I'm going to choose. Same with you, Theodoro. I want that dosh. It's probably going to be difficult to get this. Money is nice as well, but still difficult. If well, there's no point doing ifs and buts. That battle went better than I could have possibly expected. Jake, will the 4 and 5 skill level advisors only be available by upgrading or through other means? Don't know why you're asking me about that. We haven't even had a dev diary about them, Cooper. Hold on to your imagination till then. Circassia finally have their renaissance. And whilst this is probably a trick, I'm gonna head up. That was nice and fast to core because it was Crimean. Wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Oh, of course the permanent claim helped out there. Yeah, we see Genoa and Bello Ozero. It's not going to be our easiest of battles given the situation, but I do want to win a battle. It's going to make me feel like a big man. At least we get to... ah, jeez. You know what, you want to run into... it's all woods, is it? I do want to run into all woods. There's a need for speed here. Running off back to where I can't see them. How dare they. However, now the Ottomans are getting involved. That's kind of good for me. And the Ottomans have access through my land. And now they suddenly don't want to be in this war so much anymore. But I really want both those provinces. That's going to be hard without any more war score. And getting war score is difficult when I can't even see them. Alright, since I actually want him to... there we go, mission accomplished. I want him to actually come down here and get trapped into these forts, so I'm just going to hang around up here for a bit. What is Kazvin? Yeah, that's unlikely to happen, but I am going to fight Persia just so that I can fight Chagatai. But I also want to fight Novgorod, and that truce is going to be up very soon. A year and a bit. Okay then, this war will carry on. Ottomans are going to slap Genoa. I'm going to regret not having made this my war goal. But I had to make a call, and it was the wrong call. And maybe it's about to become the right call. Hello, Ferrara. Please get invested in Kaffa or Azov. Alright, we're kind of stuck in there now. Down to Yidishko we go then. And away goes their navy. What are you doing over in Team? Get the hell out of my land. Who does he think he is with his 3 maneuver? And oh, he's going for one of my forts, isn't he? If he goes for Ukek, then he probably wants one of those. No, I'm at a loss for what he wants, but he's just going for it. There we go. Fear the Horde, because the Horde fears nobody. Italian scum. Oh, if he wants to feed me war score, then please do. Karakyunlu is gunning down Persia. That makes my life easier. In a number of ways, in fact, especially if they get tired out by fighting Persia. That makes them not... they're probably not going to come out of this coalition. Did I actually beat them to this province? Oh, they can't see this province. That's why they're not going to be there for approximately now. Alright, that's pretty sweet. That helps us out a long way in getting what we want. So, knowing that it's going to be ours shortly, let's make our way down to fight Persia. I did that fingers thing. So you're at war with Karakyunlu and Hormuz. I don't know why QQ thought they would win this. I hope they do. It makes my life easier if I don't have to worry about Persia in the slightest. No, really, why would QQ do that? You're still a nomad, so you're pretty awful at fighting. QQ, what are you bringing here? 17k. I can see the Persian army. It's larger than what you have. But you have forts to worry about. Ask for maps so you can walk to them and get a nice battle war score. Not too worried about that. I don't want to invest in this war when I can not invest in this war. Good job, guys. Stick to your own lands. It'll be your turn to fight when it's Novgorod o'clock. Chagatai have good tech, and they have a couple of subjects. They have got 3 subjects. Yarkand, Koch, and Mongyang. This is actually going to be a pretty big fight against them. On even grounds. They also have their idea for better combat ability, so there's that to consider. However, I got a born to the saddle guy, right? That immediately... Oh, that's flanking ability. That's still pretty good, but I immediately, for some reason I thought it was combat ability. Jake, shouldn't you plan for Novgorod? It's coming up next instead of Persia. Thing about Novgorod is my subjects can handle him. That truce is admittedly almost up, but I really want to fight Chagatai and Persia. There's also Uzbek, but that's not a problem. Okay, so Hormuz are going to give Persia some trouble. And it is only Persia that you're fighting, so we should look to Chagatai to kill them. I'm still hemorrhaging money, but I feel like I could hemorrhage money harder and not really care that much. $369 dues. And what do I have to pay it off with? 240, 250, 60. Well, I make a profit on it anyway. I would also like less inflation, but that's okay. This is with my war taxes as well. Shouldn't you plan for... Yeah. Okay, we'll get over into position and try to crush Chagatai. Chagatai's subjects hopefully don't have good tech. Mongyang are on 8, Yarkand are on 8, and who else was it? Koch. Koch are also on 8. So Chagatai is really the only one to worry too much about. And they are in a war, which keeps them a little busy, so I should be able to stroll in and murderize their lands. Another option is just to ally Oirat so I can get a free call into this war, but I want to fight this war on my own terms. That doesn't involve Ming. Jake, what do you think of Zeke's upper lip decoration? Can't bring myself to call it a mustache, says Sir JMO. Well, I prefer not to judge people by how they look. It kind of makes you a bit of an asshole. And by makes you, I mean makes you a bit of an asshole. Alright, is there any reason not to just pull the trigger on Persia right now? I guess being in a better position would be superior. And I kind of want... he might just come into my land and give me a hard time instead of going for QQ. What is QQ even doing? I can't tell. Should be able to get in there, so I really don't know. Alright, that's a good taster for how Yarkand fights. I wish I'd looked at it a bit more. But that's Oirat sent packing. Oh well, we'll fight and we'll see what happens. Wonderful. Well, no separate piece of you, Chagatai, but that's what you'd come to expect. It'll take us a while, but let's get over there. And this is show superiority war, as it always is. I just want my subjects to stay back home, and then when it comes to it, they will fight Novgorod for me. So straight away, we see that there's rather an army for me to fight. But we should be able to win this. Doesn't matter if they have a few occupations on us, this is a war for glory on the battlefield. Did debased currency make it into the game in order that Jake could cash grab without breaking his personal no loans rule? No, it's just massively convenient that that's how it works out. Oh, hello Persia. How did you know I needed war score from battles. Just a hunch, I guess.